We won.
Look! It's the General!
Hey everyone, this is General Katarn, and we did it. We finally won the most important part of the culture war. A decisive battle had been fought today, thanks to the help of Daisy Ridley, that helped clear up something that we have been, telling people all along. That was the case, that they didn't have a plan for the sequel trilogy, that they pulled Palpatine out of their ass last minute, and that this whole trilogy is a dumpster fire. John Boyega came up front and basically said, I was used by Disney just as a token black guy, just so that they can check the black guy on their tick marks, on their tick boxes, just mark black guy. Okay, Kelly Marie Tran. We need an Asian chick. So that's all they were. And you know what that is? That is the most racist thing that you can do. Why is Finn there? Because we need a black guy. Okay, but you're pro-diversity, all that, and all that stuff until China is like, you know what? We're going to shrink the black guy because we don't like black guys over here in China because Chinese people are also racist against black people. But that's okay because China's got that moolah, that big moolah that Disney wants. And you made your $4 billion back. You made your investment back in those 3 movies. But let me tell you this. That is the last time you will ever get $4 billion by Star Wars fans. Okay? I'm telling you, this is beautiful right here. So why am I choosing Star Wars Theories video here? Because to show you how unbiased I am, how objective I am, and I'm really sorry that my opinion and the truth, the fact that the sequel trilogy was awful, tend to coincide. So my personal feelings and facts align themselves in this case. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But in this case, I'm very lucky that my feelings about this are also fact. Don't get mad at me. Listen to my boy here, Star Wars Theory. Because he had the most difficult job to do in this fandom. And do you know what that job was? That job was to actually keep his mouth shut, his opinions to himself, until the Disney trilogy was over. But the man cracked. He let his opinion out there. If you watch his Rule of Two podcast, he talks about, how much he doesn't like The Last Jedi, and he even invited Rian Johnson, to debate him, but Rian Johnson is a huge chicken, and he'd rather call people that disagree with him assholes on Twitter. And all of these Twitter people, the Twitter mob, the Raylos out there, these sequel apologists who came to us and called us an awful lot of names, labeled us an awful lot of things like ists and isms and phobes. So I don't like race, so apparently I must be a racist, transphobic, misogynist because these 3 go together. So I must feel bad about myself because I don't agree with you. Okay? You were the tolerant side. You were the non-toxic. Remember? You were the non-toxic fans. We were the silent minority of the fans that didn't like The Last Jedi. We were the crazy ones. You were the ones that were actually right. And I won't forget article after article, the propaganda of the shills, the war that they took against us. And then in 2017, we were like, this ain't gonna fly. We're gonna fight back. And if anyone knows me from my early Twitter days, I was a rabid dog going after with my head, head first, charging into these Twitter threads and battles and tearing these Raylo weirdos apart one by one. And there were tears, and there was blocking, and there was name calling. And you know what? It was glorious because all of these hours that I spent dignifying the existence of these pathetic people finally were worth it. I can finally take my blood-soaked sword and shield, wipe them off, and retire my weaponry and live a nice retiring life, theoretically speaking, Thanos-wise. So I'm done with the whole battle on Twitter. I am done. I can finally use Twitter for what it's supposed to be, shit posting and talking, about funny stuff. There's some funny people on Twitter. And when you don't discuss and complain about Star Wars, it can be a fun experience. So, we won. That's it. You lost, guys. You played and you lost because common sense had its day. Do you know why? Let me just tell you. If you manage to make a guy like Star Wars Theory livid about this, mad about this, call it what you will, if his video has to start like this.
This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit, man. You know what? It's finally it. I've cracked.
if those are the first 5 seconds of a Star Wars theory video, you know that this is the shit. This is an actual grounded opinion. It's not a Fandom Menace video. It's not a Geeks and Gamers video. It has nothing to do with Jeremy, with Josiah, with Drunk 3PO, with Angus, with any one of those guys. Okay? It is a unbiased guy who played the middle perfectly, but after 3 years, I'm pretty sure, just like John Boyega, just like Daisy Ridley, he cracked because the bullshit is like... It's like an underwater bubble. Bullshit will eventually rise to the top, okay? It will make its way to the surface because the bubbles do not belong underwater. They will have to find a way to break free. And that's it. They're done. Their lid is popped. And I am so glad that this is finally coming. Because this finally came, actually. Because there's a few seconds. Wait, here we go. In this video, check this.
My mind's still blown. The big shocker in this trailer, of course, the reappearance of Palpatine. What can you tell us about this? How long was this in the cards? Was this sort of in the blueprint from Episode 7?
This has been in the blueprint for a long time. Yeah.
Have you been keeping Rey's secret from the beginning? Did you know?
I think this might be it.
The parentage? Like, tell me about that journey of when you found out.
No. At the beginning, there was toying with like an Obi-Wan connection, and then...
Do you remember the theories upon theories, YouTube video upon YouTube video, theorizing Rey's lineage? Amongst the Snoke theories, people were hyped, man. And then we all know what happened in Episode 8. Rian Johnson happened, and I'm telling you, it is the equivalent of a natural disaster that will go down in history. It is the Katrina of Star Wars. It is the worst earthquake. It is the eruption of the volcano in Santorini. It is that much of a natural disaster. It is so phenomenal. It is the eruption of Pompeii, that the aftermath is something that is irreversible. The destruction, the damage that has been done is irreversible. So when you defend Rian Johnson, it's like defending all of those people that have lost their properties and their lives after a natural disaster. That is something that you can't avoid. Unlike Rian Johnson, which could have been avoided, but he was induced. They knew. I'm pretty sure that they knew. Someone in that Lucasfilm group must have known that there is nothing that Episode 7 has in common with 8. You can't. It's like trying to mix water with oil. The densities are different. The tone is different. The texture is different. They have nothing to do with each other. So since they have nothing to bind with, they're going to stay separated. And you can't see it. Just like oil is lighter than water, you can actually see them at, you can see how they're separated. That's how the Episode 7, 8, and 9 feel. They feel like 3 different liquids of different densities just sticking out. Instead of mixing nicely like the prequels did. Okay, the prequels were like that clump of hot chocolate where you get these clumps of, hot chocolate powder that hasn't been properly mixed. And then you get the original trilogy, which is a perfect mixture of all of the elements together and makes this beautiful warm beverage that when you drink it, it just lights up your soul, man. That's how I want to talk about Star Wars again. But the sequel trilogy, nope, didn't. Do us prequel lovers get vindicated? Absolutely. We were vindicated since Episode 8. We didn't need 9 for people to realize, there's something wrong with the sequels. But now this is it, the definitive nail in the coffin. We won. We've been saying this for 3 years. I can finally just kick back and relax and use Twitter for what it's supposed to be. Shitposting, having fun. I want to have fun again on Twitter and joke around with my Twitter friends instead of complaining and going after soy boys. So, do I have anything else to add? No. Am I disappointed with Star Wars? Yes. But I said last year, on a video that I made, we need to stop complaining. I personally want to do that, and I won't stop calling people out that's not complaining. So I want to celebrate what I love about Star Wars. Star Wars Theory here. I'm not going to play the entire video. You can check it. You know it. It's in your feed because if you're subscribed to me, you're definitely subscribed to him. And if you're not, subscribe to Star Wars Theory. But basically, He says it's not worthy. It's not George Lucas worthy. So our canon officially is episodes 1 to 6. And you know what? I'm going to sacrifice Rogue One that I loved so much. It is a very small cost to pay for deleting the entirety of the Disney era of Star Wars. Done. I am done. Okay? Episode 6 is where it all ended. And if you want to make a continuation of fan fiction, you should have used Legends. You had so much material. Another lie that Kathleen Kennedy said, we don't have the 300-page novels. We don't have video games. We don't have comics. And everyone's reaction was like this. We're like, bitch, what are you talking about? I've got shelves. I know people that have got shelves of Star Wars novels, the Thrawn trilogy. My God, how can you work at Lucasfilm and have never heard of the Thrawn trilogy? Oh, wait, because it doesn't have a weaponizable agenda that you can use because it's a good story. Because storytelling was not what you were interested in. You know it wasn't a good story. You know when all of your characters are aimless. Rey's role is aimless. Rose is aimless. Finn is aimless. Kylo Ren was the only consistent thing in this trilogy, I guess. But that's the only praise I can give to the sequels. Everyone else was inconsistent. Luke Skywalker, completely wasted. Han Solo, wasted. Leia, wasted. The sweetest few seconds in the sequel trilogy that I have is with Yoda, with Yoda, of course, in The Last Jedi. That's the only scene that I like about The Last Jedi. If you remove everything and take that scene in its own little context, it's a beautiful scene. And Luke and Leia sparring together, it had that feel, that little savory taste of Legends, of now Legends, what could have been. We all wanted to see Leia kick ass, man, but they wasted her. They really did, and it's sad. We will never get to see Luke Skywalker Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker is done and done. That is my only regret with this trilogy. But at the end of the day, we were right. That's all I have to say. It's done. My work here is done. We have cast the ring into the fires of Mount Doom. It's over. So are there going to be a few skirmish battles where we have to hunt down a few orcs, a little, cleaning up some stragglers on Twitter that are going to shitpost? Oh, absolutely. But to you, my friends, I have this word of advice. Ignore them completely and let the fire die out. Do not acknowledge their existence. Do not give them any attention because that's what's keeping their flame alive. Right now, they will want attention more than anything. I don't want to drone on. Long story short, we win. We were always going to win. Common sense will always have its day. I'm really glad that this is coming up now, and I'm really glad that all of these beta shills like Hello Greedo and all of these shill sites are writing articles supporting what we basically said. But when we said it, it was toxic. But when you say it now, it's non-toxic. I love the fact their hypocrisy is being exposed, and I want you guys to continue to expose them like Ichibaka, who I'm going to give a shout out to, who does outstanding journalism, and there are people out there that have archived every single thing that those shills have said and are using it against them after 3 years, and they're just throwing it in their face now because they say things and they're so inconsistent that they don't believe in what they say. And when you actually show that, hey, don't you remember when you were praising this and you were condemning the fans? Now the fans were right? Go and fuck yourselves, you fucking hypocrite. We're not, you can't hide now. You cannot ask for amnesty. You cannot ask for, you can't ask us for amnesty or for a pardon. No, that's it. I'm taking your heads off. Because if we give you power once again, you're going to do the same. You're going to do the same. So disempower those shills right now. Invalidate them like you've always done. Do not give them an inch. This is our moment to finally shine. This is the Empire Strikes Back moment where the Empire completely annihilates the rebels. I am an Empire fan, not a Rebellion guy. So yeah. That's it. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, I'll be talking about the things I love about Star Wars because, like I said, we're going to keep this positive. New lightsaber projects are going to start from 2021 because as of right now, the market is completely dry with lightsabers. And there's some things that I want to discuss about it before I continue my lightsaber journey. I have a few scripts. I started a series, a guide on the lightsabers. I'm going to finish that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to me. I want to thank the new subscribers to my channel. Thank you so much. If you're new to this channel and you just bumped into this or someone showed you, please subscribe. It really helps me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, General Katarn, out.